y'all, Grandma Rose here. Earlier in the year, I was doing a walk around showing you my flowers that were blooming. I mentioned that I was going to show you this plant later on in the season when it was flowering, and I just didn't think about it. Give you some kind of idea. Let me back up a little bit and show you how much this shrub has spread. Now, it doesn't look great right now. It needs water. You know, I was out here and I saw it and I thought, you know, this is time to do this. This plant is a member of the Hibiscus family. It's in the Malvaceae family, so it's related to cotton and it's related to okra and rose of Sharon and, you know, any number of things. Hollyhocks and swamp hibiscus. What is it? Marsh, can't remember the name of it. But anyway, it is in the mallow family. Now the scientific name of it is Malvaviscus, so there's the Malvaceae. Malvaviscus arboreus. Now, arboreus, you think about arbor, the arbor foundation. It looks like it reminded somebody of trees. So, this doesn't look much like a tree to me. But the reason why is because this is in its upper range. It will not grow a lot farther north than where I live. I'm in zone 8A, and it will grow up to zone 7, or as far north as zone 7. And even here where I live, it freezes to the ground every year. So we know there's plenty of plants that freeze to the ground every year. I'm trying to think of woody plants that freeze to the ground, but when you think about your perennial flowers, well, even echinacea and daylilies and all kinds of flowers that freeze to the ground and then they come back again the next year, and that's what this does. So it never becomes a tree. But where it doesn't freeze to the ground, it will become as tall as 8 feet tall and look more, more woody than it does here. But here it's more sprawling. Let me show you. Here's a leaf that has been nibbled on by something, but you can get the idea. It's heart-shaped. Let me find another one that hasn't been damaged like that. Here's a good one right here. Let's do a little one. The little ones look just like the big ones. So it's heart-shaped. It's fuzzy. Just a little bit. The hair's all over it. Very fuzzy. Pointed tip. Serrated edges. Let me see. It's alternate leaves. And the flowers reminded somebody of a Turk's cap, like a fez. Get that to focus. Think about it, parade, the Shriners wearing their little, look like felt hats. It reminded somebody of one of those. So let's see, what about it? Actually, it is a medicinal herb. And so I don't feel so bad about growing just something for it to be pretty. But that doesn't bother me anyway. But in this part of the country, it's not considered a medicinal herb. At least, I couldn't find it listed in the usual sources that you would find something like that. I have a couple of websites that I look. One of my favorite websites is called Plants for the Future, pfaf.org. And let me pick that off of it. And it didn't list it as in their list of plants that are considered plants that need to be preserved for the future. Look at this. This is not focusing good. Maybe my thumb there will. There we go. That's one of the fruits. It hasn't turned yet. When the fruit matures, it becomes red. And they say it tastes sort of like an apple. Now, as far as the medicinal value, like we said, it's not traditionally used in this part of the country as a medicinal plant. However, in its more southern areas where it's grown, it is considered folk medicine used to treat gastric distress. It's used to treat diarrhea and gastric distress, cystitis. One article I read said it was used in Mexico to treat menstrual problems. And I'm wondering if they were confused in thinking about urinary tract infections. Read a couple of scholarly articles on it and where they were testing it for its medicinal benefits. And it's a good antioxidant. So it's just a pretty plant more than anything else, but it can be used. It is edible, and the flowers and the leaves can be used medicinally. And let's see if I can find some fruit on here. It is, there's some right in here. Put my hand back in here. There's some. There's one that's developing fruit. I saw one earlier that was red. Very nice. Ha ha ha. There we go. It's a little windy. So there's a fruit that's turning red, or that's not just turning red, that is already red. So this is going to split. You can see, let me get in here with my hand. You can see on here on the top where it's already starting to split open. And it'll split open and there'll be individual seeds. Very, very much like any other kind of hibiscus. So I have introduced you to a plant that you might not know, and I recommend it. It's easy to grow. It's very, very drought resistant. I haven't watered this all summer, and we've had some dry periods, and as you see right now, it's droopy. It doesn't look its best, but it's just a nice specimen plant to put at the edge of something. It will grow in the shade. It'll grow anywhere from the full sun to the deep shade. So it's a useful plant, and I recommend it again. So there you are, y'all. Turk's cap hibiscus, wax mallow, and there are other names for it too. But the scientific name makes it easy. Malvaviscus arboreus, Turk's cap hibiscus. Bye, y'all. See you next time.